Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Baggage Claim? How's everybody doing out there today? If it's your first time here, thank you for joining us. If you're a regular, you know the drill. Grab your favorite drink, pull up to the table. It's kind of a Baggage Claim is a place where we help create some community and conversation around relationships, life, and just all those things in between. And so we're jumping into part 2 of our episode with Rebekah. So if you're just starting this and you missed part 1, hit pause, go back one episode, catch the first part. You can know who Rebekah is and who she is and what that means.
Part 2 is not going to make sense if you
if you're just listening to part 2, you're going to be like, what? This is weird.
Yeah.
So make sure to just hit pause, go back, catch that one.
It's only weird if you make it weird, but.
Yes. So, and if for all of you who are on track and you're like, yeah, dude, just shut up and let's jump into it. Let's do it.
Yeah, dude, shut up. Let's jump into it.
Thank you, Rebekah. So we were just got into Jambos and all of that is included into that. And you did 55. You said what was
5,500.
Yeah.
5,500 your first year.
Yeah, so we served, catching everybody else up.
Yeah.
Jambos, we provide new pajamas for kids in foster care.
You're doing this
in
like
year
a pro,
one.
just so you know.
Baby, I've been saying this story for 8 years. Right, here we go. So we provide new pajamas to kids in foster care. And in year one, the goal was 843 kids. And we ended up serving 5,500 kids.
Your goal was 843.
843.
Okay.
That was a lot of freaking kids.
Yeah,
that's a lot of 1,000 kids.
843 is a lot to go.
Like, if we do that, that's amazing. And then pajamas were coming out of my ears. And I was like, we got to find a home for these jammies. So that was in year one. We served,
Now, were you just out of your house?
Yeah.
Like, you said you were with your mom.
Yeah.
So you're just in her house.
Yeah. So I'm a single mom at this point. I'm a single mom, but single mom, living with my mom and dad. And
with your 3 little
with
girls.
my 3 babies.
And you quit your job, you had $12.
Yeah.
So
I had $12 in my bank account, quit my job, came home, told my parents I was quit my job. My dad looked at me like, oh, dear God. And my mom was like, is that the best idea? And I was like, well, do as I say, don't do as I do, right? And so I was like, oh, we'll make it work. So then cue the panic. Oh, crap, I quit my job. And I went and got 5 part-time jobs. So I was building.
I love that for you. How in the world?
Well, luckily I had my mother who was so helpful with car rider line and picking up kids and that sort of thing.
Still,
I was working.
I was a single mom for 2 years with a job,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a lot.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know any different. So when I hear other single moms say, or former single moms say, like, oh, I don't know how you did it. I'm like, girl, you did it too. But like, no, I didn't realize I was doing the literal
I had my
most.
grandmother. She was my right-hand man for a long, long time. But like, still.
Mm-hmm. I was selling home inspections, which I knew nothing about.
Ugh, you did that for a little while.
I can't even pronounce. What's that? Radon? What is that?
It's radon.
Yeah, don't even know what it is. Oh, would you like to add radon to that? I would say that. I don't even know what that means. Okay, but yes, you're going to need that.
If you make it sound dangerous, it doesn't matter.
Right, and if you're just a little, you don't even have to be pretty. You just got to be a little cute. They'll do it.
And a little dramatic.
And a little bit like, oh my gosh, you totally need that.
Yeah.
I'm signing myself up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I sold gym memberships, home inspections. I wrote web content. I babysat kids. I worked in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. 35 years old, making milkshakes, baby. That peppermint milkshake hits.
Mm-hmm.
And I make a good one. I'm good at it. And what's really weird is people order that milkshake on rainy, cold days.
Really?
It's like through the roof sales.
We were coming home not too long ago. There's a Brewster's ice cream near our home.
Yes.
And it was
cold.
Cold
I think it was 47,
damp.
48 outside.
It was like, it was literally 46 because I looked in the temperature thing on the car.
Mm-hmm.
And there were people lined up. People sitting under the shelter thing with coats on, and people just turn it in. And we're like,
eating ice cream.
You can count
what
on
are you
it.
doing?
If it was rainy and cold, I would
Miranda
know.
has her hand up.
I would know. They're coming for the milkshake.
Producer
It
Michael
was crazy.
Jr.
It's a free scoop if you go on a rainy day.
Is it really?
Okay.
What? Hold on. Wait a
That's
minute. Is
brilliant?
Yeah.
And I love it.
When I was in high school, I used to go every time it rained.
Where's this?
Okay.
Brewster's. We should get them to sponsor the podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh, good idea,
Producers,
good
if you're
idea.
I didn't know that
Brewster's?
makes
Reach
so
out.
much sense now.
Yes.
Well, I'm telling you, I don't know if it's like a comfort food thing or whatever, not to get off on a tangent, but cold, rainy day, milkshake at Chick-fil-A.
If you are listening to this and it's a rainy day, you should go to Brewster's,
Mhm.
get your free scoop, and then tell them that they should sponsor the Baggage Claim podcast.
And they don't know what it is. Just look
I
it
love
up.
Yeah,
that.
just tell them.
We got to get a website though.
Yeah, we gotta get a website.
We're
We gotta
getting
get a
there.
sponsorship package quick.
We're so fast. We're working on everything. We, meaning Greg and Miranda, are working on everything.
So, anyways, yeah, I was working 5 part-time jobs because I panicked. I was like, oh crap. And by the way, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There's something fun to add
Yeah.
to
That's
the
so fun.
flavor.
You know what's so fun is when God tells you to do something, you're like, okay, so then now what do we do about that?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
where you were.
That was exactly where I was. And I was terrified for 2 years to ask anybody for donation money.
Really?
That's a long
2 years.
time.
2 years.
That's a long time.
So hold on, your first year, if you did 55, how did you do that without asking anyone for money? Everybody just came to you?
Well, the thing about it is when it's running in you have no overhead costs. It's running in my house. I'm collecting free pajamas.
Pajamas
and
out
I'm,
your ears.
Yeah, out my ears. And I was delivering all these pajamas.
Oh,
So
okay.
I mean,
Oh,
outside of
gosh.
just needing like gas money to like drive them to Macon, like
Right.
I wasn't really in that season
Gotcha.
needing any expense. I mean, I needed it. I just didn't, I was able to do it without it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, because you're working 5 part-time jobs also.
correct. I was
Yeah.
living the best life. Anyway,
That's so
one thing
fun.
about me, you ain't gonna outwork me. So I got that dog in me, like I'm gonna work.
Right.
So that's fine. But I was just like, okay, I guess I'll just keep working all these jobs so that I have income because I have to feed my kids.
Yeah.
And so it was literally me just trying to put food on the table and keep my rent paid. And so, fast forward, it's kind of a long story, but I ended up going to Kenya, Africa again, and yada yada. I was on this trip, me and 5 men my dad's age. I'm like, why in the world would anybody approve this? This is so weird. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna brush up on my news and talk about the stock market. Like, I'm like teaching them how to use like Snapchat filters, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a cute Taylor Swift song. Right? And they were, I mean, respectfully, they were old. Like they could be my dad, you know?
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, you guys want to talk about NBC News? Like,
I don't know.
but those men taught me so much. And so I like pitched the idea to them, told them about Jambos. And I think that they like saw in me something that I maybe didn't even see in myself.
Oh, wow.
And one of the men two of the men on that trip have really been instrumental in the financial component of Jambos. So I asked one of the men, I mean, it was 2 years later. I was like, I want to start a monthly donor program and I want to see if people will donate $35 a month to help me make this thing work.
Mhm.
And I was like, you feel safe? Can I ask you to like listen to my pitch? He's like, yeah, my wife and I will listen. I'm like, okay. So I met with them at my church in like a Sunday school room.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, okay, here it is. And I was like, how did I do? And
Uh-huh.
they're like, you did great. We love it. And I was like, okay, so it's $34.99 a month. And will you guys do it? And they're like, well, let us pray about it. And I'm like, okay. So they called me a week later and said, will you come to our house? We want to talk to you. And I'm like, yeah, sure. They said, God put it on our hearts to pay your salary for the next year.
No way.
Oh my
And they
gosh.
they were like, you've got to quit all those jobs though. So
Wow.
quit all those jobs and we're going to pay your salary for a year.
Wow.
And they paid my salary for a year
so
and 6 months.
Whoa.
It was almost 2 years more that they went on to pay my full-time
so
salary.
your job to your trip to Kenya
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
you were
I
with a
was
bunch
like-
of old
But
men
you're like,
actually
what am I even
changed.
doing?
Yeah.
Was
and I
actually
like-
ordained and set out.
Correct. And
Yeah.
he
Wow.
went before me for sure on that.
Wow.
And so that family, Mr. George and Miss Rhonda, and my parents, ironically, my parents had moved to Omaha and my dad took a job. And so
Oh, wow.
the pandemic is happening and I'm by myself, a single mom running my own business. My kids are homeschooling with
No.
virtual. I have at that point, literally nothing. Jambos at that time had only like $4,000 in the bank. I had sold t-shirts.
Yeah.
And then they came in and were like, we're going to pay your whole salary and they ended up doing it for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and then one of the other gentlemen that was on that trip, he is annually one of our top donors every year. And
Wow.
so, fast forward all of that.
Well, that was kind of that. I mean, there's always those.
That's a big stepping
There's
stone.
always those crux, those
Mhm,
points in your journey where you're just like, okay, I remember that. That was a big hill. That was a big challenge we overcome. That feels like that was a big crux for you to say, okay, I can quit the 5 jobs,
Yeah.
actually focus on this company and
Mhm.
this passion and move forward with it. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, and just months before that, I had there were times, I mean, as a single parent, like I'm providing everything for
Yeah.
I mean, right? And so there were times where I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my light bill. Like, I don't know
Wow.
how I'm going to eat. Like, I was like, at one point looking up, like, should I go to the co-op? Should I like ask my church for gift cards? Like, what do
Yeah.
I do? How am I going to feed these kids? And like, I have a great family. If I called my dad, my mom and said, I need help. But like, at some point, like, I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, and there are times even now where my parents will step in and help. Like, I'm not saying that's like I've got it all figured out and ironed out, but it's like I wanted to kind of prove I could do this,
Yeah.
you know?
You want to
And
kind of
so-
prove to yourself too at the same
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And I have 3 daughters watching their mom
Yeah.
like be obedient to what God's called her to, but
Yeah.
also like providing. Like that's a
Yeah.
lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
I never looked at it as like, oh my gosh, I don't want to fail. But I just didn't want my kids to feel the burden
Mhm.
of lack. I didn't
Right.
want them to feel like,
Yeah.
you know, we eat rice and
Yeah.
noodles every single night. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, there were
I've
nights,
been
right?
there,
We've all been there.
Yeah,
We've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
so yeah, that was a turning point. And then from there, it was like we moved out of my house. It was I had Jambos was being operated in my home, and I moved it into a church. Gave us a space during the pandemic, and that was awesome because I
Nice.
thought we had arrived. It's
Yeah.
not in my house anymore.
Right.
You're like,
Woo!
what?
I have a
Yeah.
Sunday
I
school
go
room.
to work.
Correct. I have an office.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
someone else's, but I borrow it.
Right.
And then that really catapulted us. People were starting to get, oh my gosh, you're really a thing.
It's a
This is a
thing.
thing. And I was able to make my first hire and that sort of thing. So now, fast forward to now, we have a 7,000 square foot warehouse in downtown Beaufort. We see 2,500 volunteers a year. I'm
That's nuts,
raising
Rebekah.
over $400,000 a year for kids in foster care. We're serving anywhere from 15 to 20,000 kids annually. We're in 18 countries, all the states, and that's all favor. Like God did all of that.
Right.
I literally like palms up was like, I'll open the doors every day until
With
you tell
such
me
a
to stop.
simple thing as just pajamas.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So we've served 115,000 kids since
Wow.
we started.
Since you started.
Mhm.
That's insane.
I know.
That's a
It's nuts.
crazy, just from,
Yeah.
I have this idea.
Mhm.
Like you
Yeah.
literally going and saying, what do you guys need?
Mhm.
We need pajamas.
Mhm.
So, well, I talked to a foster family, Brandy and Mason,
Yeah.
who were just like, oh, we love Jambos.
Oh, Mason was on our podcast not too
Yeah,
long
Mason
ago.
was, and love him to death. He and I are great friends. But he was
Mhm.
like, yeah, we actually got pajamas
They did.
from foster care
Yeah.
for that too.
I'll
And
tell you a
he's
It's
really cool
fun
story.
other than like you are our personal connection, but like we have a personal connection that has benefited from you saying yes.
Yeah. My daughter had a friend over, and she was a new friend. My daughter had started a new school or whatever, and this girl came over, and I had my Jambos like T-shirts or printed collateral. Something was in my living room, and the girl that was staying overnight said, "How do you know about that?" And my daughter was like, "No, what, Jambos?" And she was like, "Yeah." She's like, "How do you know about Jambos?" And my daughter's like, "Oh, that's my mom's company. She started it, blah, blah, blah." She's like, "Oh, when I was in foster care, I got pajamas from Jambos."
no.
And she's sitting in my living room.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go sob my eyes
Yeah.
out.
Literally,
so
that's
glad you're
making me
here.
cry.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
What a
yeah,
cool-
So and now they go to college together, and it's just a sweet
Wow.
story. So
Wow.
Did you have to feel, you got to feel that
Mhm.
kind of like, okay, I just said yes.
mhm.
I just
You
said
know-
yes. And look what he's done with that.
Yeah, I am just now learning how to embrace that.
Yeah.
I've been in survival mode I've been a single mom for 11 years. So I've been in survival, which is not sexy, right? I've been in
Right.
survival for a long time.
Yeah.
Every
Well, running a business is not easy. I mean,
Correct.
anyone who's run a business knows there's so many things you get up and you think about,
Mhm.
not just payroll. I mean,
Right.
payroll's like top of the list, but
Right.
you're like, there's 1,000 things under that you're thinking about too,
Yeah.
just to progress and push things down the road. And on top of that, you got these 3 girls who are looking at you going, are we gonna eat this week?
Right.
Like
Mhm.
the lights. Hey, when I turn the hot water on, there's hot
there ain't
water.
no hot water.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like
Um,
there's so much more
Mhm.
outside of that too. So
Mhm.
outside of Jambos, what's that?
Mhm.
I mean, how do you? Because when you say those things, and I know Rebekah, and I
Mhm.
know you're like, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna make it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, there has to be a point where you got to step back and go, whoa, look at this, because what you're doing at the same time is building that. But I mean, you're raising 3 little girls who
Yep.
see a powerful mom
Yeah.
who's taking some pretty big steps.
Yeah, I hope that being a good mom has made me a better entrepreneur.
Oh,
And I hope
100%.
that being a good entrepreneur has
Makes
made
you a
me a
better
better
mom. Yeah.
I think
Um,
it does if you let it.
yeah.
If you take the time to stop and let it, yes,
Yeah.
I think it does.
My biggest fear is that my kids will only remember me working.
Mm,
But my hope is that they will remember that if I didn't follow what God called me to, I would have missed a lot.
That's the
Yeah.
more important thing. It's
Mhm.
not just you, mom working.
Mm-hmm.
You followed through with what
Yeah.
God put in your heart.
Yeah.
I mean, at 14 years old.
Yeah.
Well, it's not working just for a paycheck.
No.
You're not
Right.
working for
Exactly.
the
Right.
the 7-figure job or whatever it is, the
Right.
car,
But
the
not
house.
everybody
It's-
is wired like you.
Mhm.
Like when I was a single mom, if I was dependent on my own self I just have to figure out how to do it on my
Mhm.
own, I would have never
Mhm.
made it because that's not how I'm wired.
Yeah.
And that's not what God had for me.
Yeah, I will sometimes. I've spent a lot of my singleness wanting to get married, wanting to meet that person, wanting to bump into like, oh, well, and like, I'm just so reminded. Like, I saw this meme on Pinterest or something, and it was like,
Right.
Sarah wanted a baby and God gave her a nation.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that wrecks me because
Yeah.
for up until literally this year, I have
Mhm.
been wanting to date and have a serious partner and da da da. And I just feel like God's really leveled me down to like,
Mhm.
don't forget, like, I probably wouldn't have been able to do this if I were married, if I'm
Mhm.
honest.
I
Yeah.
mean, probably not.
It's another full-time commitment being
It
a
took us
spouse.
13 years just
Yeah.
before we started a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Just a podcast, not
Mhm.
a
Well, even
not a
13 years
business.
ago, we didn't even mean to meet each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We were
We
in the
didn't mean
same kind
to.
of boat. Like I wasn't looking to meet anyone,
No,
and
absolutely not.
And
neither
that's
was Jess.
everyone always says like, well, when you stop looking, you'll find. I'm like, okay, but like I really
Well,
have
we-
invested so much time trying to get this done, and I'm like,
no.
I'm pretty good at what I do. Why
It
am I
wasn't
not
even
good at
like
this?
for us, it wasn't even like a stop looking, like we hadn't looked like period.
Mm,
And then we quote unquote accidentally found each other.
I
But
love that. Oh, you're giving me hope.
there
But it really
is.
was like and that's the thing when like we talked about when I met Jess, she didn't need me.
No.
We were just sharing the other day. I was like, that was the thing I loved most about Jess.
I
She's
was
like,
like,
oh, I
don't
got
you come in
this.
here and mess us up.
And I was like, awesome. I like that. Like
Yeah.
you don't need me
Right.
for anything. You have this
Mhm.
figured out.
Mhm.
So back to you. And so the
But you've
complexity.
proven that you don't need
Mhm.
someone. And I think
Yeah.
that's a very strong point though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
I think
so too.
practically and like when it comes to like down to like brass tacks, sure, I don't need you. But the thing that I think is a desire is like I want to come home and go to bed and be like, babe, you ain't gonna believe this.
Yeah.
Right.
Or oh my
Yeah.
gosh, the X, Y, and Z is stressing me out. Or I
Right.
just don't have that partner
Someone to share with.
to share that with.
Yeah.
I get that.
So if I call you at like midnight, neither one of you answer because I'm gonna melt down. Okay.
I'm usually up. Jess is
Yeah.
in bed by 8:30.
I would have been
So
asleep for 4 hours at that point.
I love that. Yeah. So anyway, sorry, I got off
No,
on a
it's
tangent on that.
fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting somebody to share that with.
Yeah.
But like I said, you've proven that, what God has called you to do. You don't need somebody to like hold your hand or tell you,
Right.
other than obviously the Lord. But
Right.
like that's a lot.
Yeah.
So what kept you moving? Like you're in the thick of it. It's hard. You're mothering. You're trying to do this business. What was the drive? What just keeps in the mornings when you get up? Like what just pushes
Well, you got to be a little delusional to do this.
I
Like you
agree.
got to be a little insane to be an entrepreneur. Like
Yeah.
I don't care what
You
you're
also have
doing.
to be insane a little bit to be married to one.
You
Mhm.
kind of got to like
Right.
to push the dice and do
Yeah.
everything in the middle of the table and roll the
Yeah.
dice.
Every now
like-
and then it is all chips in.
Yeah.
And
Right.
most of mine
Mhm.
and Greg's marriage has been in ministry, which is what we know he's, that God has called you to do that.
I know he has. I just don't know what that looks like.
But
Mhm.
on the side also, there's just been like this whole like 50-50, like, oh, if here's ministry. Oh, turn the page. Also,
Mhm.
he's an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
Both of those are terrifying.
Yes.
Because you don't understand or know or envision. It's not black and white. Here's my salary. Here's what we can expect.
Mhm. On the days that I don't know what the heck is going on, I always think about Noah.
Mm.
Because Noah's building a boat in the freaking desert
Right.
where ain't no rain,
Right.
ain't no water.
Right.
And he's called to build this boat.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean?
Right?
Like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And
Even
he
off of
built
something no one's ever seen.
correct.
Right.
And I'm there. And I actually had this conversation with a gentleman that is wanting to do some things with YouTube. And he was like, I don't know what it looks like for what's next. But I'm like, I operate as though he's already got it planned out. And I feel like,
Well, because he does.
well, right. But like, you have to believe that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I operate as though it's already set out before me. And he'll pivot me. And it's not performance driven. It's not like, oh God, look at me, what I'm doing. But it's like, I think you are asking me to do this. I'm going to go ahead and get it done. My work ethic is pushing, and I'm trying to be
Mhm.
obedient. And
you want to do a good job.
right. And
to
so,
what he's called you to do.
right. So I don't, and honest to God, I got to keep lights on.
Right.
So there's a component. I don't have another salary coming in my house.
And also, there's no performance reviews as you go.
Correct.
Like my job as a teacher, I get observations. There's lots
Right.
of like state things and all these things that I
Mhm.
can meet, and I have one-on-one
Mhm.
conversations with
Mhm.
my administration. And like
Yeah.
I do get told like, you're doing a great job with this, or
Mhm.
you should improve here, or whatever. You don't have that.
Correct. And people will say to me, well, you're lucky you work for yourself. You can work whenever you want to.
Oh my gosh.
It means you work
people
all the
like
time.
Baby, that means
Yeah.
I'm working right now.
Yeah, people have said that to
24/7.
Greg too over the years. Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
No, honey.
Yeah. And you have to, and I used to play sports. I was an athlete. So like, I think that really helps with where I am now.
Right.
Because you get up and you grind when you're tired.
Yeah.
You put one
Mhm.
more lap in. You do one more rep.
Yeah.
You're tired.
And same thing with how you were raised
Mm-hmm.
with your family businesses and all the things in the farm. It's like, they didn't care if you were tired.
No.
Your grandfather
No.
didn't care
No.
No.
at 5
Shut up,
o'clock.
do more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the
Just
same
stop
as
talking.
that.
Just work.
It was
Yeah.
just built
Yeah.
into y'all. But also, that's how you two are just wired.
Mhm.
I am not. I
Mhm.
know that.
Yeah.
Well,
And
can
you know
I-
what? Oh, sorry.
I just want to say, because I mean, we've been friends forever, just outside looking in, and we
Mhm.
haven't been personally involved in each other's
Right.
lives in a
It's
few
been
years.
a little bit,
It
which I was
has,
so
yeah.
excited
Which is
that.
kinda
I've been
sad.
busy and so have y'all.
Yes.
Well, but it was so fun whenever we were talking about folks that we would want to, no matter what, invite here.
Mhm.
Where we both were like, Rebekah.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you guys. That's so nice.
But even
Aw.
like just having you for dinner, like
Yeah.
this is what we just have it tonight and talking and getting ready. It was just like, it just feels like we just picked up where
Family.
we,
Yeah,
we
it
just
feels
picked up where we
normal.
left off.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, you're not doing a good job. You're doing
an amazing
exceptional
job.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. And just to watch and just hear your story, I know because I know this when you live in that story,
Mhm.
it kind
Yeah.
of seems underwhelming sometimes. You're just like, no, it's just what I do.
Right.
But no, it's a phenomenal story, and it's a really,
Yes.
really cool
You're
picture.
touching a lot of lives,
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
You
it's
are.
really cool to
including
see.
ours.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Mhm.
And so what's next? What's next for Jambos? What's next for you? Like,
Yeah.
is
Because
there
we're
a
nearing
next?
into the end of the calendar year of
Yeah.
2025. Like,
Yeah.
what are some goals that you have?
I kind of like jokingly say like Jambos is kind of like the Chick-fil-A of nonprofits because we only do one thing. So Chick-fil-A, you're not going to order like egg rolls and
No,
tacos. Like they do
yeah, that's
chicken,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So we do pajamas, and my hope is that we do pajamas the best.
Right.
And so we are launching a new program that is specific to teenagers in foster care. So 30% of kids, approximately 30% of kids in foster care are over the age of 13. Those are the first pajamas requested by our DFACS partners or CPS partners, but those are the last ones received because the
Oh.
cutie little baby ones, everybody wants
those
to
are
buy
fun to
those
buy.
little baby ones.
They're fun
Yeah.
to
And the
buy.
zippers and the unicorns and the feet and the ears, and everybody wants to buy the
Mhm.
baby ones.
Mhm.
And so we really want to shine a light on the realities of kids that are aging out of foster care and then teenagers that are journeying through care. Oftentimes, people who are fostering will age down. They will want to serve kids that are smaller, that are younger. I mean, we all have teenage kids here.
We
so
have.
we know what
Yeah,
teenagers who have not
mhm.
experienced trauma are like. It's hard, you
Yeah.
know, and so we want to shine a light on their experience and really love on teens in foster care. So we're launching that program. It's been an initiative. I wanted to get a feel for how we were going to engage it in the community, but now it's like, all right, this is a real program. So we're launching that program. And then this is brand new information. I haven't even told anybody.
Oh, I'm excited.
But back when we ended up going viral on TikTok a few years ago, and we served the entire nation, but we had to bring everything back home to just Georgia to be able to build strong relationships, get our roots really deep with DFACS and CPS. So now we're going to venture down into the northern part of Florida and
Nice.
take on new territory.
Okay.
So we're hoping to serve 5,000 kids in northern Florida starting
wow.
in January. So
Nice.
Do you have partners built in? Like,
that's all part of the next step. So we have a couple of churches that have donated financially to us because they know about our nationwide effort. And that was just really timely with like the conversations we were having. It was like, why is this random church in Florida sending us a check? Like,
right.
it was just like God winks, kind of like, hey, you said Florida, I said
Yeah.
Florida. Let's move.
Yeah.
And so we know we
that.
can't go all the way to Miami just yet.
Right.
But let's serve, on the cusp of Georgia, Florida line right there in
Right.
the Panhandle. And if I have to go to Destin to build a relationship, hey, I'm in the
Listen,
38. Okay.
I mean,
Bless
but,
your heart. Yeah.
bless my heart. Ministry's tough on the beach.
it's
Okay.
so hard.
But we're really excited about that. And then serving more kids better is
Wow.
the theme for 2026.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
So
love that.
people listening
Mhm.
who are out there who are listening and they're like, okay, how do I get involved in
Right.
Jambos? What does that mean? There may be somebody out there who's listening who has a really fat checkbook
Yes.
who's like, I want to write a check to,
Love
to
those guys.
Rebekah
I
for
love
Jambos
that.
because I want to keep her lights on. Tell
Please, please keep our lights on. This is going to sound cliche and like I have all the right answers, but I'm dead serious when I say this. My heart for people who want to engage is that their heart would tenderize towards kids in foster care. So whether that be that you're in prayer about it, you meditate over it, you think about it, you talk to friends about it, learn about it, educate yourself about why you're passionate about what we're doing.
Right.
I never, ever ask anyone to donate money that has not gotten their heart tenderized toward it.
Right.
When your heart is ready, then you will move.
Mhm.
And so tenderize your heart
Mhm.
towards foster care, learn about it, visit our website, follow us on social media, learn what we're doing. And then
I mean,
obviously,
for crying out loud, contact your local school
Exactly.
system just to hear about how many children we
Yep.
have.
Yep. So there are 400,000 kids in foster care in our country.
Yeah.
That's like 4 of the Cowboy Stadium, Dallas Cowboy Stadium.
That's insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So just learn, familiarize yourself with the need, and then let us be a part of you making a difference. Use us, like whether it be donating pajamas on our Amazon wish list from our website, or maybe if you're in the area, you can come volunteer, host a drive. And then obviously the funding is how we make all this happen. So we have this little fun saying that's like money moves pajamas. And I started this company with $12. So if you donate $10 a month,
Yeah.
you're doing something.
Right.
We're not needing you to, I love a fat checkbook. Come on now.
Yeah.
But like, I also love to see people who give a darn.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you skip your coffee, skip your, fast food run this week, and see kind of what happens in your spirit and in your heart toward giving back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really the.
Now, can they
focus.
find
So-
out all that information on your
the
website?
Yeah, so jambosdonates.org is our website, and then Jambos Donates is our handle on all the social media platforms. Is handle an old lady way of saying social? Is handle old?
It's kind of, I know
I
what you're
don't
saying.
know.
Okay, but Jambos Donates and jambosdonates.org. And you can see all the things
You're
we
not
have
an
going
old
on.
lady.
Gosh, I feel it.
You're not.
It's 9:30 and I'm drinking bourbon. I'm like, okay, I'm getting happy. Someone put grandma to bed. Yeah.
I'm grandma. Meanwhile, I'm literally grandma. And let's put grandma to bed.
So, anything else to add? Anything else you want to?
No,
Any
I'm just
questions from producer Michael?
so thankful that this happened.
I know. I'm like, let's hang out again. Make that potato soup, will you?
Right?
That was good.
Oh, I'll make anything you
so
want.
good.
Michael,
But
did you have something you wanted to ask?
Yeah, no, and I know you kind of briefly talked about this before, but what is it in your heart that fulfills you in giving and reaching out to others? And I'm sitting here putting myself in the shoes of listeners. Maybe some people who do acts of service, who do volunteer, do things like that, but also more specifically those who don't. What is the significant difference in actually giving up of yourself in that way?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a really great question. We actually had a counseling office or therapy office come in, and their staff volunteered as like a trial to see what it does to your mental health when you are giving of your time and volunteering. And they're starting to like implement that into therapy practices because there's a component of I don't know if it's like a vulnerability thing. They didn't really like bring back the report, but they were like, we know that there is so much that happens to your brain chemistry when you are volunteering and giving of your time. So there's that. I say all of that, but like, baby, I'm tired. Like, right?
Yeah.
But I do this all day, every day. And honestly, it's never really about, that sounds so cliche, but it's not really about me. This doesn't feel like work to me. This feels like fuel, like I'm moving. And
Well,
so
because this is what God has called
he's
you
called
to
me
do.
to it. Yeah. And
There's
so it's
no
just,
question.
I mean, there are days where I put my feet on the ground, like, I ain't got it today, Lord. Like, what
Yeah,
are we
yeah.
doing? But it's,
I feel the same way though mornings when I'm putting my shoes on to go teach the
Right.
littles, but I have no doubt in my mind that
Mhm.
I'm doing what God has called
Yeah.
me to do. And it's not just teach people how to read, which is kind of, I feel like it's kind of a big deal.
it is a
But-
very big deal. Literacy is a
like,
big deal.
What but what the other pieces of their little hearts that I'm gonna
Mhm.
get emotional talking about my babies.
You're the best.
But the other pieces of their heart that I get to feel is I'm called to do that.
Mhm.
And it's the same for you.
Yeah, I think that I've really, even more than the pajamas, even more than, not even more, but as well as, serving the kids we're serving, I get the opportunity to invite people to do something for their community, do something for
Mhm,
kids in their
mhm.
community. And it is, it's a really beautiful thing. I get a
is
front
beautiful.
row seat of seeing people do good.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, the pajamas and bringing the comfort and sharing the Jesus and doing that, sure. But also, like, I give other people an opportunity to serve, use their gifting, volunteer, give back. And that's really sweet to me. I love that component.
Well, it's inspiring.
Yeah,
It
thanks.
is.
It is very much
Nice.
inspiring.
Very.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. I've just
So-
developed an idea that I'm going to chat with you about after we're finished here.
Yes, I love
I'm not going to
chatting.
say it out loud while we're recording, but yeah.
Yay.
So, if you're out there listening, you want to get involved, you know where.
Mhm.
Jambos donate.
.org.
.org.
Yep.
And so go check it out, figure out ways you can get involved.
Yeah.
I think knowledge is power. So in the other sense, it's like, who knew there were 400,000 kids
Right.
in the system? Like, it's just crazy. So yeah, read up, get some knowledge, do what you can.
Start where you are.
Yeah,
Use what you have. Do what you can.
right,
Yep.
exactly.
Did you
So
coin that phrase?
No, I think that one of the former presidents said that. But if I say it 3 times, it's mine, and I think he's been dead a while, so it's mine.
Do
it, Yeah.
do
take
it.
it,
Do
take
it. Do it. Sorry, Theodore Roosevelt or whoever said that. There's the president. Isn't that enough? Give me something. Jeez.
So
Thank
Rebecca,
you.
thank
Thank
you
you for
so
coming.
much.
Guys, this is so fun. I
Yeah.
hope there's still soup left in your kitchen because I'm taking it home.
Yeah.
There is, if you can.
Okay.
Oh,
unless,
that's
okay.
unless Thomas ate it all when he
Oh,
got home.
Thomas.
But, yeah.
All right.
So-
Thank you, guys. This was so fun. I'm so
Yes.
glad we got to reconnect with the microphones. That's
I
fun.
Me too. It's
Yay.
kind of fun. It is fun.
All
So
right, let's
thank
do it
you guys
again.
for joining. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, all those fun things. And we'll still be in touch about our 50th episode is coming up really, really quick. Somebody out there who has somewhere in the Gainesville-ish area,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we'll go south,
Mhm.
who's like, hey, you can borrow our room and set up a podcast. We would love to set up and just so we
would
can have a
love
live
to have
audience.
literally a live audience.
Yeah, we want to have live. And if we had to pay
I'm going to
people,
flip out.
yeah, if
Because
somebody,
there's people,
yeah.
adults.
So, but anyway, we'll more information
I'm good with
coming with that.
kids.
So- but thank you guys for listening, and hopefully catch us again. Talk to you later.
Go dogs.
Go Dogs.
Peace out.
January
Girl Scout.
1st. Let's go.
Yeah.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Girl Scout.